So here we are at the helm of the CS23 Surf. You got your analog gauges up top, speedometer, tachometer, multifunction analog gauge readout which shows battery voltage, engine coolant temperature, outdrive position up or down, and then your fuel level as well. On the very right hand side, this is your water sports cruise control. You can set what your speed is and you can turn it on and off with your button on the right hand side. When it's on, you have to throttle up to your set speed and then the boat will take over from there. Inside of your tachometer, you do have some digital readouts and you can change those with these black buttons on the bottom. Currently we have engine hours and oil pressure showing. We can cycle through and see your RPM for the engine, speed, air temperature, engine temperature, battery voltage, fuel level, gallons per hour, trim as a percentage, so 95 to 100% is usually all the way up and 0% is all the way down. Depth, air temperature, water temperature, heading, so compass heading, and then back to engine hours. On the left-hand side of the steering wheel is your stereo remote. Turning the stereo on and off, right here. Just turn it on for a second, and it will come on. You can also change the source of music you want to listen to. Just press the source button, and then you can scroll with the center knob to find whatever station or source you want to listen to. To pair up to Bluetooth, go under your device, go into settings and Bluetooth, and then you can find Rockford or RMX on there. Then whenever you find your source of music, just press in the center knob and then it'll play from that source. Next track, previous track, play or pause your music. Zone button's not installed in this boat. It would typically be for if you have a big yacht that has multiple levels that you can play different sources of music in different zones. If you ever added a subwoofer to the boat, your subwoofer level up and down, and then the menu button will go in and change settings and things like that. Your horn right above the key. And the key itself, you do have two keys. One's in the cup holder down here to my right. An ignition key, a glove box key, and then a center key for your center walkthrough area, but this is where the ballast tank is, one of your ballast bags is stored. Tilt wheel right here, so you can tilt this up by pushing in, like so. And then on the right-hand side is your switches right here. So you have your anchor and navigation light, nav lights red and green off the front, the anchor lights on top of the tower. Your bilge blower, you want to make sure you run that for approximately 4 minutes before starting the boat. Your bilge pump, so inside the engine compartment is a bilge pump. It's underneath the engine on the back side. It does have a float switch on it, so if there is a significant amount of water in the boat, it'll actually turn on. Interior light switch right here. Docking lights, your optional docking lights off the front of the boat. Swim platform light switch, and you also have some accessory switches right here. If you ever needed anything wired up to the boat to turn on and off, we could wire it up to these switches. Your surf controls right here, so you can select surf left or surf right depending upon what side you want to surf on. You can also select performance mode. Performance mode is a unique feature. If you have all the ballast full and you're trying to get on plane, the boat will kind of take a while to get up on plane because it's so heavy. Performance mode will actually help get the boat up on plane by utilizing the surf tabs. Your manual control for the surf tab, in case you ever have an issue with the surf tabs, you can raise or lower the tabs to check them out. Typically, you'll do that if your check surf system light is flashing here, just to make sure that they're operating correctly. Right below the helm, you have your ballast fill and empty controls right here. On the bottom side of the dash, you have a little dimmer switch that you can dim and brighten up the gauges. And then you also have a little dual USB outlet as well. Your throttle right here, lifting up on the bottom side of the throttle and moving the throttle forward makes the boat go forward. Pulling it backwards goes into reverse. Having the EVC throttle is really great. You only have to move it about an inch either forward or reverse to get the boat to engage. You have a couple buttons on the back side: trim assist, cruise, tow, minus, and plus. The trim assist button, you want to have that on when you're just cruising around if you would like. It helps raise and lower the outdrive depending upon your speed of the boat, so the boat's always at its optimal running angle. If you are surfing, make sure trim assist is turned off. The cruise button right here enables the minus and plus button up top. You can actually speed up or slow down the boat when the cruise mode is engaged. You only have a certain amount of range, so you can't, for example, be at idle and go all the way up to full speed. It's only going to allow you about a 1500 RPM window of either going faster or slower. The tow mode right above it, it's a software upgrade that not a lot of customers elect to do because EVC throttle is so accurate. Tow mode would be a supplemental, in your case, to the cruise control that's already installed in the boat. The buttons on the front side of the throttle is your trim to raise and lower it, and you also have a neutral button down here. One thing with the surf system, when you're surfing left or right, it'll automatically raise the outdrive into a 50% or halfway up position. When you deselect surf left or surf right, when you're all done, you don't want to surf anymore, you need to press the trim button to lower the outdrive all the way back down. It will not automatically do it for you. Starting the boat or turning it off, make sure you're in neutral, and you also want to make sure your safety lanyard is in place right here. There's a little EVC screen readout right in front of the throttle. That's going to show you all the information that we kind of saw on the tachometer and the digital readout part.